In our previous lecture, we talked about scale within art. When we address a large subject matter with various details in it, the focus can be chosen as per the choice of the artist who is addressing the issue. So, when we take a subject matter and we try to convey a particular idea, there is no single way to express that. So, in a visual representation, we choose different types of proportion, either with a natural reference or we tend to idealize it. We can also go for arbitrary and mandatory proportions. We may also choose to make a space which may create a visual paradox. So, we are going to try and understand things with various examples that are there around us, and slowly we get into the topic of how to idealize and how to remain as natural as possible without any interpretation. And that's a challenge of choosing a style and go by a proportion of our choice. So, in this picture, what shown in the visual, it's a partial detail of a very big event, and that was a historical event portrayed by David, the court artists of Napoleon Bonaparte. So, this is one event that took place in 1804 in the Notre Dame Chapel, the Notre Dame Cathedral of Paris, where Napoleon was crowned as the emperor, and David was asked to commemorate the event with a painting. So, this painting was painted to remember that particular event where the Pope was also present. But what David did was that he focused on a particular scene, a particular event where Napoleon was crowning the Empress Josephine. So, that is the choice of the artist, and that is how the scale was chosen. So, seen in the pictures are different people. It is not a total authentic data of what has happened there, though the artwork followed a naturalistic detail, but it was not the reality. So, many of the characters are arbitrary, they are imaginary, but he tried to portray things according to his perception. So, it is not just a blind copy, or it is not like the topographical detail that he produced, but he interpreted it in his own way. But still he has incorporated a lot of figures which came to give the event some meaning. Now, when we focus on a detail, let us, for example, if we choose a small part from the painting where Josephine is receiving the crown by the empire, a small detail can also serve the same purpose. So, it is up to the artist itself that how much area he or she must choose. So, in this picture where the whole event is known by most of us, so we know what all are happening there. Here the empire will be there crowning in this event. So, we get to see Napoleon here. We also see Pope who is present there. So, we get to see the Pope, the empire, but where we focus is the area where Josephine is receiving the honor, and we tend to focus, we go close to the personal expression of the individual character. So, the viewer will focus in a small detail. So, that way the scale, the focus may change from the part of the viewer, and also the artist may choose to make another picture focusing on a small detail of it. So, let us talk about the natural proportion. What is natural? Because when we idealize certain things, we must go by a natural reference. It is more like what we see in nature that can be corrected and idealized later. But we must see how we can incorporate the natural proportions itself and get a successful result from that. So, the knowledge of European art commonly bears the principle of Greek art, and it's the Greek classicism that stood on the rules of all measurements and proportions. So, that is more like a norm that we follow, and the measures of beauty was also based upon an orderly relationship amongst the small parts of a whole. So, how we place a small part into a holistic composition, that determines the naturalistic principles of that particular object. So, in Greek classicism, that was like, if we put that as the European standard, also a standard for the entire history of art, we feel that they followed a particular standard that is not always natural, or if they at all picked up naturalism, they picked up the perfect objects that are found in nature. So, it was not that they picked up nature as the nature is, but they tried to define beauty in their own terms. So, whenever they felt that there is a proportion that is happening in nature that is near perfect, and that perfection is also a concept, but not reality. So, the relationship of reality, naturalism, that has altered when we follow the natural proportion that is different from the ideal proportion. So, what we see in this picture is something where we have a direct natural reference of an object. So, in this picture we see certain materials where some parts are transparent because the light is passing through this part. Some parts are translucent, it is not absolutely transparent. Some parts are semi-liquid, there are some solid objects, and there are lots of lights that are natural and it is reflecting. So, we may term it as a natural or naturalistic artwork. That is following a natural proportion, because if you feel that this is a jar of this much height, a strawberry that is soaked in a syrup will be up to a proportion that fits our natural sense. Moreover, the natural light that is falling on it and creating the light and dark simultaneously, that is also following a natural rule or a natural norm. So, naturalism also is bound to certain rules. Let us realize that with many different examples, where in naturalism atmospheric effect is also created. Here the figures are not totally natural, they are imaginary characters, but there is a atmospheric feeling that is created in this picture, that is adding some kind of a natural element in the composition. So, the use of sfumato, the smoky effect throughout, where none of the edges are clearly shown, they give us a sense of naturalism, because the moment we create a border line in any of the picture, that becomes unreal or rather unnatural, because in reality there is no border or contour that is shown. So, in this atmospheric effect created by Leonardo da Vinci in his painting, it gives us a smoky effect that is termed as sfumato, that gives us a sense of naturalism. So, naturalism is basically not a movement or a culture, but rather the naturalism is one element that we use in different contexts for different use. So, a beautiful object was a perception or a representation of a perception of the world's order, which was extracted from the nature, but was not nature itself. Unless a natural object matched the standard specific measures or proportions, it was not referred to the category of art, and that has happened for a very long time. So, traditional art mostly talk about measures of detail that are not natural in all contexts. In fact, there had been a time before the invention of camera. In fact, that was the beginning of 1980s and even before that, where the artists who are the learners, mostly the art students, they were strongly discouraged to follow nature, because the teachers of that time, they believed that nature is full of imperfection. So, if we take reference from nature, then that is prone to imperfection, because not all trees are perfect, not all human figures are perfect in proportion. And the perfection, again we are talking about a perfected norm created by some of the artists of that time. So, if we go by the natural proportion, the Greek proportion, or the Vitruvian Man of Leonardo da Vinci, or the proportion of Michelangelo, that does not match with all the human figures that are moving around in our roads and the cities and villages. So, that is a risk. So, most of the time they say that if you at all want to follow certain things, then you go to the museum, see the antique sculptures, or you pick up the perfect athlete or somebody who has a perfected figure with all the muscles and everything in proper place, and then study from that. So, they were basically discouraged to take natural references. So, nature was not present there in art in its full zeal. It was more like you are picking up some part of nature which follows the standard or idealized norm. So, that is naturalism for us. But then later there had been exceptions. So, there were exceptions that we saw around 1874 by the Impressionists artists, namely Degas, Pissarro, Cesar, Renoir, Monet, Sisley, and also Morisot, who tried to represent through their paintings the external world as how exactly they saw it. So, the paintings represented the immediate impressions that occurred to the artist's eyes. The non-idealized and purely individual objective view was valued by the artist with minimum distortion or interpretation. So, that was the new age naturalism that was presented to us by the Impressionists of that time. But then we will try to understand what naturalism actually is and how they are different from realism. When we talk about realism, we talk about a concept that is more propagative. So, in realism also, in the movement where the realist painters who painted realistic images, also they took reference, most of their works were naturalistic in their style, in their representational style. But it was also true that they are not fallen under the naturalistic category, because they emphasized on a particular concept. They rather wanted to establish a concept where they pick up things what is happening in reality. So, reality for them was a ideology, it was a principle. So, if we take example of artists like Millet or Courbet, they have chosen certain things from the reality. So, when they are working with the common people or the common men in the society, and they are using them as the subject matter, the objective was completely different. It was not the naturalism that they tried to portray, that was not their primary aim. The aim was something different. So, we can conclude it in a way that to draw what the artist perceives and not what the artist knows is one of the tendency that the natural artist should have. And to draw without any interpretation, you draw what you see and not your knowledge or anything else. So, what you see gives you the immediate knowledge and you re-represent that. So, it is more like taking and giving back, that is all naturalism talks about. And then realism emphasizes on content. Naturalism is concerned about the method, how it is made. Realist artists aim to generate social awareness in art and follow naturalistic treatment. Naturalism does not deal with concepts, awareness, or any kind of propaganda at all. So, this is one example of a naturalistic treatment where the artist has seen it and represented it as it is. So, the material feeling, the texture of the skin, the texture of some metal and the jewelries, even some part of the textile, the laces, there are different materials, and the artist wanted to capture the surface quality throughout, how the light is falling on a particular natural surface and how it produces the sensation, and how the artist can represent it with the given materials like the brush, the color and the surface, that is the canvas. So, that is how naturalism dealt with utter simplicity. There are more images, we will just go by that and we will try to see how naturalism works. So, when we see a certain image in this picture, regardless of the perfection of this feature, the artist has chosen the character where the individual character is shown. So, this is one artwork where we see that it is not a representation of a standardized man, or it is not like the ideal man that is shown in the picture, but rather it is a man with all sort of perfection, imperfection that is depicted. So, the age is quite clear, the kind of unique feature that the person has in his ears and the eyes, and he has a particular type of nose and the lip structure, the bone structures and the structure of the face, that makes him a character of not a general nature. So, that is evident in idealism. Similarly, we see images that has a character, whether it is perfect or not, whether like it falls under the standardized beauty or not. There is a character that can be recognizable, and also the norms that are used here are following the natural norm. So, the natural way of light and shade was maintained throughout. So, in this picture, if we say that there are color interference that is happening in the picture, what we see here is something that when we follow a natural norm, that also helps us to get certain things, like when we follow naturalism in design solution. We feel that it is very convenient to use the natural light sources. To follow the natural color distribution. To maintain a natural harmony, which is a general visual unity that we try to compulsorily achieve from a visual art. And if we follow the natural norms, then we get the harmony as a result, and that is compulsory there. So, what we see here is the if we take this picture as an example, we see that how this the color in the foreground is interfering the background color. So, the background is otherwise dark, without a dark is dark, but there are certain browns that the artist has picked up from this area and this area, and he has distributed them a little bit at the background. Similarly, the foreground is light, but the light is also enhanced by the color from the skin, from the drapery. So, there is an interdistribution of color that gives it a context. So, naturalism talks about a common context where the light source is similar. So, it has a particular light source which is there fixed for the entire composition. So, the entire composition is following a single light source which is creating the shadow in the picture. So, if we take a detail of a naturalistic artwork, what we see is it is nothing but a pattern which is otherwise non-objective. So, in the detail they are nothing but the strokes that follow the natural norms. So, around 1848, artists from Barbizon school of France, that was also known as the Fontainebleau school, they produced landscapes that were purely naturalistic in their nature. So, naturalism is not a movement, but a way of execution that was followed by artists in different time periods. And we see natural element in the artwork done by the most contemporary painter. So, naturalism can be picked up as an element and used it as per the requirement, the expressional requirement. So, we see naturalism in Giotto's painting. He was known to be the pioneer of Renaissance. He is a father figure for Renaissance, and he painted figures. If we see Giotto's painting, it is very unexpected of that time that he did not standardize a figure. He made figures which looked different from each other, and also there are voluminous characters, some characters are dwarfish, some are very tall. So, there is a lot of variation, but he tried to capture the naturalness of the whole happening. So, most of those pictures where the subject matters were from the mythological sources, they are imaginary. Like when we see it is a lamentation going on after the death of Christ, that is a subject matter that is taken from the myth, but it is the depiction of reality where he used a lot of naturalistic element in that. So, we cannot call it a naturalistic artwork, but it had naturalism as an element that was present there. In fact, the artists of Romanticism movement, like artists like the famous landscape painter called the Constable. Constable's painting were the example of naturalistic artwork, and realist artists like Millet that I mentioned earlier in the beginning of the lecture. He also painted naturalistic figures quite successfully. Impressionism was rooted in naturalism as its principal objective. So, there are ample examples to understand what naturalism is, and it is also a matter of practice. I would like to conclude that with a small example where I will make you convinced that how following naturalism we can get visual harmony. So, what we realize by following naturalism in terms of following the natural source of light that comes from a single source. For example, I chose a sunlight for this picture, where we see that the sunlight will hit the picture, and by following the natural norm, what we did, we could avoid outline though we started with the outline, but now the outline is hardly needed for the picture, because the whole picture is following a harmony that is based on alternative rhythm. And what is that alternative rhythm? It is happening naturally. If somebody wants to achieve the quality that is known as alternative rhythm in art, it is not very difficult to create it if we follow the natural norms. For example, when the light source, the light is hitting this part of the vase, which is the inner part, this part is leaded. So, it has it is getting the sunlight. As a result, this particular part is becoming dark, and then alternatively this part is getting the sunlight and the other part is becoming dark. So, we do not need an additional border line or a contour line to delineate the form is getting revealed on its own by the darkened light. Similarly, in this part we get the sunlight, this part is very bright. If we choose to erase some of the lines from this side, that will make it even more shinier, because we really do not want that. So, that will also create an area that is known as a lost and found contour. And overall, when we see that this part is again getting dark, so this is implied line formation that we are going to talk about in detail in our following lectures. So, what we see that this part is getting darker because light is less here, this part is dark again, and that is how the form is delineated in a naturalistic manner, which is also satisfying our need of reality.